With Jess Arnold live at Reagan National Airport, where a ground stop is expected during the height of tomorrow's parade. And Jess, that won't be the only travel impact we're dealing with tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right, Allison. You're going to feel the impact even if you're not planning to go to the parade. We're seeing parking and road closures and restrictions. There's going to be some metro restrictions. Of course, you mentioned the ground stops. There are probably going to be some flight delays and cancellations. So you're going to want to plan ahead for tomorrow and throughout the weekend. So since I'm here at DCA, let's start with the flights and what you can expect. Now, you mentioned this ground stop. The FAA is planning to issue a ground stop during the peak of the parade. Now, right now, that's from 6 to 9:30 p.m., though they say that could be subject to change. To accommodate that, some airlines are offering travel waivers if you want to avoid flying in and out of DCA tomorrow. Now, they're also rerouting some flights to Dulles, so check your flight before you head to the airport here. Now, on the roads, we're already seeing closures and parking restrictions. Here's an interactive map where you can see just how extensive they are. Some of the notable ones I want to point out include Independence Avenue between 23rd and 12th Street Southwest, 14th Street south of Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, and Rock Creek Parkway south of Virginia Ave Northwest, which is now through 6 a.m. on Monday. And a big one I want to point out is George Washington Memorial Parkway is going to be closed in both directions between US 50 and I-395 from 6 p.m. tonight through 6 a.m. on Sunday. Now, parking, as you can imagine, is going to be a nightmare, so it's best to not drive anywhere near that area. You're also going to see some signs for bike detours. Now, DC Police recommend that you use the Metro to get around instead. It's going to be normal Saturday service with the mall entrance at the Smithsonian Station closed because of that security perimeter. Now, officials are also establishing a security zone in the waters of the Potomac and Anacostia rivers, restricting all boat activity between the 14th Street Bridge complex to the Theodore Roosevelt Bridge, as well as at the tidal basin. Now, that lasts from 2 p.m. today through 10 p.m. tomorrow. Now, here's what some visitors to D.C. had to say about all these restrictions yesterday.
Instead of being able to cut through the park, you have to take the sidewalks, and with traffic, it's been a little hectic, but we're managing.
I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, we were driving around. I was like, why are all these barracks here? Are we getting invaded?
Now, moral of the story, if you are not planning to go to the parade, I recommend that you avoid traveling anywhere near that area tomorrow.